And hello again, YouTube. This is Rezak, the sixth shadow, here to bring you how to be bro, whatever, with Xerath. Xerath is a AP carry, artillery type of mage, with relatively low cooldowns for an ultimate, especially later in the game, and high cooldowns early on, which means the early game is very important for a Xerath player. Also, his scaling in late game is particularly okay, so to say. You don't need tons of minions or kills to be a good Xerath in the late game. While it is helpful, it is certainly not necessary. Also, for this game, I'll be having a locksmith, which is likewise a pretty long range mage when played full AP. So it will be a battle of who can hit more skill shots and who can avoid them. First of all, let's talk abilities. The Q, Archangel Pulse, fires a long-range beam of energy, dealing magic damage to all targets hit. The E, Mage Chains, as I demonstrate Arcane Pulse here, not stealing any of the minions. Mage Chains, the E, deals damage to an enemy and marks them with unstable magic. The effect of unstable magic is this: if the enemy is hit by one of Xerath's other spells, they will be stunned for a certain amount of time, 1.5 seconds. The W I've left for last out of his skills, for the simple reason that it is a bit of a special skill compared to other mages. The W will immobilize Xerath into place. However, it will increase the range of all his spells and causing all of his spells to gain magic penetration, to ignore a certain percentage of the enemy's magic resistance. When the effect ends, Xerath gains a speed boost. This is a very controversial skill because it's one of the few skills in LoL which CCs the champion using it. And it's a whole type CC as long as you keep it active. It can be activated sooner for the move speed, enabling you to make a quick escape after an outburst of skills. Or it can simply be used to enter what I like to call artillery mode. And the ultimate, Arcane Barrage, will call down a blast of arcane energy, dealing magic damage to all enemies in an area, and may be cast up to 3 times within 12 seconds before going on cooldown. The Arcane Barrage is one of the longest range non-global or semi-global ultimates, similar to Kog'Maw, I believe. However, it has a fixed mana cost, and consecutive casts don't cost more mana or get stronger. It is, however, a larger ranged, pretty similar to Malzahar's W, I believe. Also, I've left the passive for last, because it's mostly a late game passive. Xerath feeds on arcane energies, making him increasingly resistant to physical harm. He converts a certain percentage of his ability power into armor, which means if you're not rolling out full ability power runes, you are going to need a few different item sets, because late game you will need the armor to survive the assassins of the enemy team, as well as the bruisers. As Xerath is a very high damage AP carry, in the late game it is advisable, if you play against him, to focus him as fast as you can and before he uses the full extent of the ultimate. Likewise, if he has already used it, don't just ignore him. While he may not be locked, so he recharges it in 3 seconds or so, or Cogmaw, he will still have a lot of damage with the Q and E combos. The laning phase with Xerath is pretty simple. Priority should be farming and harassing, not making suicide runs at the tower. You should only harass from a safe distance. Also, most mages do not have the range capability to fight a Xerath one-on-one in the lane. However, it all depends on perspective. Here I'm able to force Lux to lose minions, and yet we are pretty much at the same phase, except that she has next to no mana and half health. I missed quite bad over here, and I do believe I'll die here. And this is where I get the ultimate and miss it all over the place. Luckily Lee comes in and finishes my job, so both junglers get a kill. First of all, I have to say this. Xerath is a very dependent on the skill of the player. So not the skill of the allies, not anything else. It's dependent on the skill of the players. The skill shots, despite their range, can be missed a lot easier than most people expect. In the last full game video I had some time ago, I even showed how a Vladimir can easily dominate a Xerath who cannot land his skills. Also, even if he can land them, they are more or less easy to dodge as long as you know the patterns. Each type of player, depending on his skill level, will usually have patterns in which they use the skills. For example, most Xeraths will try to land the E first and then immediately follow up with the Q. If you can predict or make them think you're going in a certain line and then suddenly change it, they'll only get the E in and miss the Q, which will mean he will either have to initiate with the ultimate, which most likely will not do enough damage to kill you and you will still have your skills, or simply back away and waste mana. Also, Xerath, as you may have noticed, is a very mana hungry champion, especially if you spam his skills to harm the enemies. Now then, about runes. In this game I do believe I have been using oh, I wish there was a way to check it. In this game, if I remember well, I have been using full magic penetration runes. So the Lux who started with the magic resist cape, probably the best choice, else I would have been dealing true damage throughout the mid lane, throughout the laning phase, and that would have been devastating. An unexpected choice, but apparently a right one. Most players don't use magic pen runes, and it's a shame. It's a real shame. Ability power you can gain later. Magic pen, there are limited options. And if you make full magic pen build, like I will be attempting most of the games with my AP carries, depending on the situation, no matter the items you use, you will not be able to do anything. Here I did warn my team of the mess. But oh well. I arrived to ensure Jax's survival. So I do believe we will make one more kill. Nope, the ignite took it, Jax's life. So far I have 0 kills and Lux has 2 kills. And I'm only 2 minions ahead. She should be winning the mid lane. Should be. Until the fact that I'm alive and she's not speaks its word. Remember folks, in any game, with any character, with a few exceptions. A few exceptions meaning Cartus, but that's just my way of playing him. It's better to just farm and get safe kills and not die, than get a kill and die for it. It doesn't matter if it's a shutdown, it's prefer that you do not die for it. Of course this depends on playstyle. And except for the Cartus, I like to play it safe when I'm playing my mid champions. At least the AP carry needs to stay at a safe place. The very definition of a mage. Stay at good range and blast the enemies from the face of the planet. As you can see, the Lux is pretty predictable. Most mages with away skills such as Lux, Syndra, Xerath and so on will always try to get minions as well as the champion. Hello Ezreal. Lightning bolt, lightning bolt, lightning bolt. Yeah. So this was a 3-4-2 I believe. And I did get 2 kills. I'm checking the bush. Just to make sure the Lux is scared away. Now then, you will notice my build. As I have said, I'm going for the Hunting Gaze and Sorcerer's Boots. Upgrade with the Home Guard for the teleport. Which will result in this. Hello Lux! And as you can see, this gives us an easy kill as that Lux was... Okay, that's teleporting, I better go check the rates. Wow, when did he get here? Yeah, that's the most reaction people have when someone uses a home guard with a teleport. I cannot state how powerful this combination is. I know it's just my preference, but for some playstyles, if used correctly, you're a monster when using it. Oh, that was bad. That was bad. Yeah. In such cases, when you see a Jax running and an ultimate coming, you better just say, nah, I'm gonna let the carry die. He's dying anyway. I'm just running. Well, there goes our Jax. Wow. Maybe not. Nope. Oh, 1 second with a flash. Nice. Very nice. Now then. About items. After you've made the Liandry's Torment and the Sorcerer's Boots, the Home Guard upgrade is only for when you have teleport. You can still get it, it will save you time, especially in the late game, but it's just not the same thing if you don't have teleport. So other options, I do believe a Clarity will work just as well. For the Commander. You will see I have to give up the tower. I do prefer to stay alive and take the tower, even if it is a few seconds later. Considering all I have to do is shoot a bit. I was waiting them to come into the range. That's range. Well, it may seem OP, and it is definitely very long, I'll not be the one to deny that. It's not half as big as an OP character an artillery should have. It works, but that's really about it. Well, that's one hell of a Jax. As you can see, although the Lux is more fed than I am, I should... okay. We can see her AP here. And mine here. However, judging by the magic pen I have, I'm way more resilient, and also deal more damage as she does. That was a worthy attempt here. Also, after the Liandry and the Home Guard, it is quite advisable to make either the Void Staff to gain the max magic pen in the game, or what was it called? Give me a second. Yes. Yeah. Almost a double kill for the Lux. As I was saying, also the Deathcap, the Void Staff or the Deathcap. Making the Void Staff early after Liandry and the Sorcerer Shoes will guarantee any defense they make would be pretty much useless, and you can safely stack AP. Also, you do not need to make that many defensive items on xerath. He has the armor passive, which is already working out for me. He has a slight escape move, the activating the W while in teamfight, and when someone catches up, deactivating it to run. Also, he has a lot of AoE damage, a lot of poking capabilities. If all the enemy team was, I don't know, gathered in a bush and we had wards there, probably I could decimate them all before they knew what happened. At least one of them would flash out just seeing how much damage a xerath can do. And trust me, suddenly seeing all of your teammates less than half life against one single champion, you want to run. Coward. As you can see, every occasion I have, I dish out skill shots onto them, and we keep the pressure here. Also, as you can see, even though I had blue buff a few seconds ago, mana already at half, and we are forced to go back. I will speed this up a bit. As you can see, I am leaving the taking of points of interest to our team. And now I'm coming in to help. And let's see that one again, guys. This is a perfect example of why okay, maybe a bit too much. Now then, you will see the Ezreal coming. You will see me coming. Now then, full burst. You will notice the spear did not reach. However, I cast the ultimate. Bam! Not even Jax can jump that fast. Be right. Okay guys, sorry about that, family came in to visit. So, as I was saying, the damage potential of the Xerath and the way he's meant to be played is an artillery. He's supposed to sit behind and nuke everything with a red life bar. Well, purple. You guys get the general idea. Whoa, that was a pretty impressive escape from Leona. Pretty impressive. Then we shall speed this up a bit. Center on me. And we are getting near to the last fights in the game. We are attempting Baron. And now, the first thing I do is get ready to bring pain. Lux tried to get the Baron, but killing was better. And as you can see, I just stay back. Do not attempt to initiate. And when we get them all nice and cozy in one place, as you will see, I did back away. And bam. Let's see the triple kill again. What is the double? We shall see. So, as you can see, first off, bring damage. Lots and lots of damage. But stay away from a fight. Never go into a direct fight if you can avoid this Xerath. Yeah, the Nidalee got an ultimate and a max range Q plus the W. Nets me the kill on Lux and an ace. This is the main role of a Xerath, to push the enemy health to its limits. Unless they are ready to survive, they should die. And now, I'll have to ask you guys to pay attention. We do go back as our carry is not here. I saw that, Nidalee saw that, Jax saw that. Lee, well, he is blind, so I suppose it's forgivable. Also, one of the good things about the playstyle I just mentioned, keeping a distance, it's extremely useful for actually not overextending. You will always be at the max range of an enemy at best. And that's in case of enemies like Lux and Syndra. And we turn over to the last team fight of the game I will be showing. The game ended in a crushing defeat. For the enemy, of course. What, you think they can recover from this with me fed? Nah, not a chance. Not unless two of our guys are AFK. You can 3v5 them easy. See? Too much damage. Let's see that one again. As you see, I'm still resting in base. Ezreal overextends. Caitlyn brings the pain. I end the game. Now the typical get ready to kill someone situation, and just a bit slower, guys. Come on, I know we can do this. The Leona will come here. Oh, for crying out. The Ez will die. And now you will see Nidalee activated the goats. A perfect team synergy. Hits with a spear, and now Q and ultimate almost at the same time. Caitlyn cannot even use the ultimate. This is basically the best way to make use of a xerath. Artillery. In most games, mages have been used as artillery, taking down multiple enemies from long range. And there are few mages in tower defense who actually stay true to this method. Xerath is definitely one of them. As you can very well see. A very powerful mage. A safe to play AP carry for mid. And thanks to the passive, if you do get flat ability power or ability power per level, some have speculated he can also top or jungle. While I'm not that sure on the top or the jungle part, I'm very sure he can actually play as a top laner as well. These so far have been my impressions of Xerath. I hope they have been useful to you guys. And I guess we'll see you all later with the How to Be Pro Vladimir.